to Look at Her, the Hey Qween after show where our super celebrity guest looks at some of the queens she's played with, slayed with, or laid with, and spills a little tea. Unsubstantiated, or even throws a little holiday shade, or just tells us something that we don't know. It is a very special holiday edition of Look at Her with our very special guest, Laganja Estranja. Looking incredible.
Oh, thank you so much.
Oh my God, can we please, for those who are too lazy to watch the main interview, it doesn't mean the dress has to suffer. So just look at it. Get into all of the ice princess glamour of it all. Is she naughty or nice? I'd say she's both. I mean, so good.
Thank
so
you.
Stunning.
Thank you so much.
And of course, I'm here with my lovely ho-ho holiday hostess, Miss Lady Red Couture. Hi, sweetie. Oh, just slaying for the holidays. Sleigh bells. Thank you, elves. You may hop away, you little bunnies.
Bye,
oh my God.
We love you.
Ho. Lady Red, those elves were delicious, weren't they?
I don't know. I'll have them in a minute.
All right, Laganja, I know that you know how to play this game.
Oh, yes, I'm ready to spill the tea.
That is right. So we are going to look, and you are going to spill. All right, let us begin. Look at her.
Wow.
Oh, Nigel Lithgow. Mister, so you think you can dance? He's also a producer on American Idol. I mean, he's a big deal. And he was one of your judges on So You Think You Can Dance. Tell me about Nigel.
Well, you know, honestly, normally I would say Nigel, queshed.
Okay.
Queshed. But honestly, you know, with my experience with Nigel, he was nothing but kind. He was super supportive of my art and the way I presented myself. Several times, you know, off camera, he came and spoke to me. Such a gentleman, such a gentleman.
Right, and you said that even after you were eliminated, that he took a moment to see you when you were in there for the finals.
Yeah, you know, I was sitting in the first live taping of the top 10, and during a commercial break, he made sure to get up, leave his chair all the way from over there, and come and speak to little old me. So, yeah, great experience with him.
Okay, and now you stood in front of RuPaul and Nigel. Who is scarier?
RuPaul. RuPaul. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Any other little moments, side moments you had with Nigel, or was he always away at the manger, if you know what I mean?
Yeah, he definitely, for the most part, was on the judges panel. But like I said, during the live taping, that was the one moment that I really had with him. That was off camera to the side, and he couldn't have been more lovely. So.
And hopefully you'll be seeing him next season.
That's
because
right.
as you revealed on the main show, you're gonna try to do it again.
Season 16, she will be top 10. Get ready.
I really believe it.
I do too.
I think it's pretty exciting.
I do too.
All right, look at her. Shangela!
Well, Shangela is my good Judy. You know, we've been sisters now for, gosh, over 6 years. And I've learned so much from her. You know, she is by far, in my opinion, the hardest worker in the drag community. I think right now she's on 183 cities.
Yeah.
And I think right now she's on like 176, and the year's not over. So, I mean, she's such a professional, and she really is dedicated to the craft of drag. And so I'm very appreciative of everything that I've learned from her about being a professional and also about, you know, being personable. You know, she's really good about, with these gigs that we do, going in, making friends with the promoters, remembering their names, you know, and that's so much of the job, because a lot of the times, you know, you're only popular for 1 year or so, as according to TV.
Right.
So, you know, remaining a long relationship with these people who hire us, that's really important. And I think part of that is just by being a human with them, and that's something I've learned from Shangela. So,
Did you think she was robbed?
oh,
on All Stars?
I don't think she was robbed. I know she was robbed. I think we all know that. Not saying that Trixie didn't deserve it.
Of course, we all know Trixie's a superstar.
I was about to say Trixie was already an all-star. Like she didn't.
Definitely.
She didn't need that win quite like my sister did. But you know what? I think again, what's so beautiful about any queen who perseveres with what we're given, you know, so what? She didn't win the title, but she was in a Lady Gaga movie. I mean, to me, that was a pinnacle of drag careers going. I feel like Shangela being in that movie with Lady Gaga, it was huge, and she looked gorgeous on every red carpet. Every interview I've read, it's been
was the
so
gag,
eloquent.
the red carpet moment.
She's a star. She is a star, and she has been born, and I can't wait to see where her career goes.
What is a behind-the-scenes moment you've had at any point with Shangela that we might not expect? Because we all get the public Shangela.
Sure.
She's very good at that.
Yeah.
She can give you a professional moment, a fan moment,
Yeah.
or whatever. But what's a behind-the-scenes moment that we might not expect from Shangela?
Well, I think the cool thing is that there is no behind-the-scenes moment. If you follow Shangela on social media, you know she is posting every second of every day, of every hour, of every after party. I mean, she is who you see online. She loves drag. She loves what she does. She loves being here. She loves spreading joy through her art form. And she loves to turn up. I mean, Miss Thing loves to turn up, and life in celebration in so many different ways. You know, not just turn up in the classic way, but in just in general. So there's so much spirit and life to her that I think we'd all be lucky to have a little bit of.
All right, well, congratulations to Shangela for killing it this whole last year, for real.
And every year before that.
Yeah,
too.
you're right. You know what? She came on. She was first eliminated, first season.
I'm sorry, in my opinion, like I said, she's just the hardest working drag queen I know.
Pretty incredible.
Yeah.
Look at her.
Oh,
It's getting gaggy. Oh God, I love Gia Gunn.
Who doesn't love Gia Gunn? Well, many people don't, but the good ones do. The good ones
are
do.
Currently living together as roommates.
We have been living together in our current situation for over a year now.
Okay.
And before that, she lived in my house in Van Nuys for eight months. So yeah, we've lived together for about 2 years now, and it's been a incredible experience. You know, I would have never come out as non-binary had it not been living with a trans woman. She's taught me so much about how I identify and how I wanted to identify but didn't have the knowledge or the language to identify. And more importantly, you know, she's taught me about just being a real person. You know, I think Gia is seen a lot of the times as the ferocious, for lack of a better term, bitch. And she is that. Don't get me wrong, sweetie. She's a bitch, and she'll be the first one to tell you I'm a bitch. But what I love about this unapologetic behavior is that, you know, she owns who she is. And I think any of us are lucky to own who we are. It's something that I struggle with and that I work on every day. And she really is just like Alyssa and just like Shangela. They are unabashedly who they are. And that's a beautiful thing to witness, to recognize authenticity. Even if it is maybe not something you agree with or assimilate with, the fact that they are authentically who they are is amazing. And so for me, being best friends with Gia, yeah, of course, it's had its ups and downs. We have had our moments of disagreement, and you know, it has been challenging.
People just living together isn't always easy.
Yeah, especially when you're both, you know, fabulous creatures of the night who travel the world.
Yeah.
But what's really cool about our friendship is that anytime we've had a difference or anytime we haven't agreed, after a time out, we're able to come and meet one another and really talk it out and really flesh it out and be real with one another and grow together as individuals. So I'm very thankful for her friendship. I'm very thankful that she's on All Stars. I think she deserves it. I think it's a chance for her to show the woman she's become. And I'm excited to see what happens for her because I do believe she's a star and I do believe that she's a good person.
Yeah, I mean, what was the time you were with her, living with her, in the last 2 years when she really became outspoken about her transition and the journey she's going on into a legendary proportion. What was that like being right in there with her, in a way to relate for somebody else who might have a friend who is in the middle of a transition? Because that's a big moment in your life.
Yeah.
You're taking hormones maybe for the first time, so things can be dramatic at moments. What's your take on that?
I just tried to
experience?
support her as much as I could. You know, I just tried to reassure her that if this was the path she wanted to go on, that I was there for her, that I loved her no matter what form, what pronoun, what high heel shoes she took on, you know? And like I said, for me, it was eye-opening because it made me realize things about myself. You know, I've always felt very feminine. I've always felt like someone who doesn't really identify as male, but being with her, learning about trans, learning about non-binary, it really allowed me to come into myself. So I think it was a transition both for her and for me.
Great. I love Gia Gunn and cannot wait to see her on All Stars.
Me too.
And the
you know she's going to give you the tea.
Oh, honey. I can't wait to get her back.
She's about to turn up, baby. Those queers ain't ready for what's about to hit them.
Oh, I mean, and whatever the mysterious drama with RuPaul in the show, we don't know, but we'll all be watching.
Is there drama?
I don't know. That's just what we've heard. Who knows? All right. Love to Gia Gunn. Look at her. Ooh. There she is. Can you tongue pop for me, Mama? Yes. So, your mother, the dancing queen herself.
Yes, Miss Alyssa Edwards.
Now, we addressed on the main show that you have left the House of Edwards.
Yes.
But it wasn't because of a big fight.
Sure. Well, Alyssa and I, you know, we filmed for Dancing Queen a year prior to when she filmed for Netflix. So what you saw on Netflix is actually a combination.
Right, because you did that original pilot. I remember that back in the day. It was WOW produced. And then it got picked up by Netflix and became what it is today.
We love a queen who knows her facts. She's like an archaeologist of queer culture.
What can I say? She's digging.
Yes.
Lady Red, hand me my shovels.
Yes. So yeah, we did. We filmed for that original series, and then when Netflix chose to pick up the series, I chose not to be a part of the process.
And did that make her mad?
I wouldn't say it made her mad. I would say it made her uncomfortable.
Oh,
and maybe sad. I'm not for sure. But you know, it was a decision that it took me a long time to come to. But for me, the process the first time around was very intense, just like Drag Race was. And it wasn't something that I really wished to be a part of again.
How was it intense? Like, did you have to feel like you were in competition in some way, or like? Well, it was just too much of revealing.
Sure, there's many ways I could answer that question, but the way I will answer the question is that reality TV does not suit me. It's just not something I do well under. A reality TV, as much as we love to believe it's real, is actually set up, and there are certain premises that you have to kind of complete in order to tell the story. And that type of art making, it just doesn't work with me. And as much as I love Alyssa and believe in her company, I mean, I've worked for Beyond Belief for 10 years now. I just knew that I wasn't really doing a service to the show, in my opinion, for what she needed. And so I chose not to be a part of it. And I think it was such a good decision for both me and her, because I think her show turned out beautiful. I think Marcella, who was on her show as the other teacher, was incredible. I think.
And were you supposed to have a big role? Like be there with all the girls and everything?
I was. I mean, because at the time when we first started filming, that was my role in the studio.
Right.
I did come in every summer, and I was a huge part of the children's process.
Right.
But like I said, I just think due to artistic differences, it didn't work, and it turned out for the best, because the series is exactly what it was supposed to be. It was a real, insight to what Justin Johnson, who is the man behind Alyssa Edwards, is like. And, the parts that I had in there were beautiful. I'm so glad that they were shown. I'm so glad that the production at Netflix still felt like, I was an important part of the story and included me.
I mean, I think that falls under props to you, Mama.
All right, yes. And when I get the tweets from people saying, we're so happy for you and Alyssa, Is it hard for me in a way? It is, because, you know, we're not as close as we once were. But at the same time, I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful that people know she's such a light, and that she's such a joy, and that, you know, she spreads such greatness into people's lives. And while that may not be my life currently at this time, it was. It was for 10 long years. And that woman / man really changed my life in such a realistic way that I'll never, ever, ever, ever be able to repay her for. And that's why, you know, I'm able to be at peace with where we are in our relationship, because even though we may not be communicating or following each other or best of friends, we're family. And we'll always love each other. We'll always support each other. It may just have to be from arm distance, you know? And that's okay. That's okay, because like I said, when there's love and mutual respect between two people, that's all that takes. That's all it takes in this world, you know? You cannot be best friends with someone but still love them. And that's how I feel.
Understandable.
I love Miss Alyssa Edwards.
Oh, God. You know what? Well said. Well said, and well here for love. Here comes a big one. Look out. Ben de la Creme.
Ben de la Christ.
Now, you've said she's one of your favorites, and she was also on your damn season.
Yes, she is one of my favorites because of her talent. I'm sorry, she's one of the most talented RuPaul's Drag Race girls we've had. She writes her own shows, her own music, her own comedy, her own skits. She comes up with her costume design. She does her own hair. I mean, she's an all-around drag superstar. And I love that she has been so herself, not so tied to being the brand and relevant, but just putting out art. She just puts out art in Seattle, and that to me is such a beautiful thing.
And you know what? I think she was kind of slept on y'all's season. And even though she was doing interesting things in the intern before All-Stars, suddenly that was a huge comeback and all the drama that went with it.
Right. Yeah, no, All-Stars was a great rebirth for her. I think she left a huge mark on the brand. And what's cool, like I said, is that she's just back doing her thing. She's not worried about running the circuit or making new singles or, you know, doing new photo shoots. She just does Ben de la Creme, and I think that's beautiful.
What did you think of when she voted herself off All-Stars?
I thought it was the gag of the century, girl. She did what we all wish we could do, which is just win, 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 and then say, it was lovely, gal, but I'm a winner.
But I gotta go.
Gotta go, gal.
Gotta go.
Yeah.
Okay, look up. Here's the big one.
Wow.
The entire cast of All-Stars 4. Who do you think will take it to the top?
Well, I'm not for sure who's going to take it. I think it's a tough season, but I definitely think Latrice Royale has a great chance of winning. I definitely think she deserves it. Obviously, I would love to see Gia Gunn take the crown, of course. But I think this season is really diverse, so it will be interesting to see who does it.
I'd say the most diverse season they've ever had.
Yeah.
And it's they're tough competition.
It is tough.
And a lot of personalities and divas.
I can't wait to see the diva behavior. Sign me up. As long as I'm not a part of it, I live for it.
Right. It's got to feel good for you to enjoy all the drama without having to somehow be dragged into it.
Yeah, I'm a queen at the end of the day, so I love all the tea and all the gossip, but I don't want to be a part of it.
Right. You don't want the fan base to have to. That's the other thing that's so scary about going to All-Stars.
Yeah.
Is if you were not remembered before, now you have to deal with the entire new, crazy, chomping at the bit, insane, ripping you apart fan base.
Woo, it's rough.
Wow, that's a lot.
It's rough, gal.
But the rewards are so big.
They are.
They are.
If those are the rewards you want, they're huge.
Those are the rewards you want. Well said. Well said. Because now, if you missed the main show, you missed a huge announcement about Laganja. She is. You want to say it one more time, just for the cheap seats?
Sure. Well, I am focusing on my dance and cannabis sides of my brand. So less on the drag, less on the performing in nightclubs, more on creating a dance company and focusing on getting marijuana-related products out to the community.
Now, has Laganja's dance school been something that's super rewarding for you? Because you really get to be there and experience. I just remember when you did the one workshop at the Austin Drag Fest that people left there feeling cunt, feeling
Yes,
themselves,
yes.
feeling the love. How is that?
Yeah, I mean,
interaction
being able to
gotten you?
give people what I feel on the daily basis is so rewarding because, you know, a lot of my sickening feelings are put on. They're not necessarily real because it's part of my job and I just have to be on always. But I do feel when I do my class, I really am able to give people that feeling in an authentic way. So that makes me feel really alive.
Beautiful. All right, only 2 left.
Yes.
Look at her.
Miss RuPaul!
Guru herself.
I have seen so many queens sit up in this chair and just say all kinds of things about Miss RuPaul. Poor thing, honey. She's been, what's it called? Put through the runner.
Ran through the ringer.
Ran through the ringer on this show. Look, you know, this is what I'll say about RuPaul. I said it on our main episode, which is, you know, I love and respect the woman so much. I think that, you know, she has given me a platform that is irreplaceable. And I would not be the confident, well-spoken person that I am today if it wasn't for her and all of her efforts. Do I wish we were closer and more friends? I do, of course. I think any girl who, you know, is a drag queen and looks up to RuPaul wishes they were closer to her. But that being said, I still think the world of her. I think she's an amazing icon. She has represented for our community, fought for our community, and I'm thankful for everything she's done.
And let's not forget, when you said you wished she had given you a hug, she gave you a damn hug.
And still does.
Yeah.
So, props to you, Mama.
Props to you, Mama. All right, last but not least, and this is, I think, the most important person we've ever showed you, and look at her.
Is it me?
Look at her. It is.
Wow!
Look at this little angel.
Look at that little 23-year-old excited to be in Hollywood, has no idea that people are about to hate her a year later. Little dude.
Right. I mean,
wow.
What like to look at that. What would you say to that little Jay Jackson? Because you've had quite a fucking journey, sweetie.
Ugh. I don't know what I would say to him. I would say, get ready, bitch, and quit spending your money. Those are the 2 things I would say is get ready, bitch, and quit spending your money. Gosh, I was such a different person. Such a different person. I was just so innocent. I mean, I really was. I came from Texas. I was just so excited to be on TV. I had no idea, you know, that I would be an alcoholic, that I would, you know, discover that I'm non-binary, be involved in cannabis in such a real way. I mean, I was so young. I was 23 years old, fresh out of college, so hopeful. I was so hopeful. And it's not that I'm not hopeful now, I'm just hopeful in a very different way. In a very different way. I'm hopeful for love. I'm hopeful for family. I'm hopeful for home. And back then I was hopeful for Hollywood, for fame, and for success. And I got all of those.
You did.
I got all of those. So.
But it wasn't easy.
It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. But it's made me who I am today. And it's made me the person who can look at that picture and realize that so much has changed, but I can be so proud. And even though I cry because I'm emotional, I am. I'm so proud of who I am. I'm so proud of who I'm going to become. Yeah. And I'm so proud that that little dude stuck it out long enough to be here. To be here 6 years later on the couch in full high whore drag, still telling my truth, still being who I am, and still not afraid to look at camera and say, yes, God, Mama.
Yes! Give a tissue over here to this beautiful angel. Laganja, I love you, sweetie. Happy holidays. Cheers to you.
Happy holidays. Cheers, Queen.
Cheers,
Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Lady Red. Thank you to everybody at Hey Qween for all of your hard work. And thank you to our beautiful Laganja. Look at
You're
you,
welcome.
sweetie.
I love you.
I love you.
Thank you for having me and giving me a platform to tell my truth.
Thanks, everybody. Happy holidays. Thanks for watching Hey Qween. And, of course, look at her. Hit it! Look at her. Uh-oh. Take it back. look at her. Look at her. Look at her. Bye.